Ask yourself these questions. What kind of man am I? Am I in control of my life? Am I weak? Do I demand the best from myself on a daily basis? Many won't be able to answer those questions truthfully because the men of today's generation are weak, not only physically, but also weak-minded. They have no control over their lives, nor do they seek to improve themselves. Becoming a better version of yourself will not be easy, but why should it? Nothing in life is worth having or doing if it is easy. It is the difficulty that will build your character. A man who failed to learn these lessons will face life as a much more gargantuan task than it is supposed to be, while, on the other hand, one who learns them at a younger age will be able to take control of their life and live it to the best of their potential. The first lesson every man should strive to learn is learning how to control and regulate your emotions. Every man should learn how to be stoic. Stoicism is a philosophy that was formed years ago, but it could not be more relevant today. The brutal truth is, life as a man has always been extremely difficult, and the stress can be difficult to manage, which is exactly why you need to learn about and practice Stoicism. The Stoic philosophy has been ubiquitous among history's greatest leaders and kings, so there is no doubt that it will significantly improve your life as well. Becoming a Stoic does not mean you will try and extirpate your emotions, as Stoics are usually seen as emotionless. Stoicism is all about the control and redirection of your emotions. As a man, you can never let your emotions dictate your actions. This is a luxury only women and children can afford. Imagine a man who is led by his emotions. A reactive man is very dangerous, not only to himself, but also to others. Our emotions are usually dependent on things we cannot control. Yet they largely influence your life. Marcus Aurelius said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events." Realize this, and you will find strength. The Stoics say over and over again, we do not control what happens to us, we control how we respond. Another quote by Epictetus, who then is invincible? The one who cannot be upset by anything outside his reasoned choice. Stoicism will teach you to take greater responsibility for things that you can and cannot do, both in your thoughts and actions. A link to a great YouTube channel about Stoicism will be in the description. Millions of men fall short of their goals in life because they lack discipline, the discipline to do the hard stuff, to make the right choice. In today's world, building discipline and self-control will be very difficult because the modern world is armed with 1,000 different stimuli, all with the intention of distracting you. Imagine a life where you constantly put off demanding the best from yourself because the task ahead may be a bit burdensome. Imagine jumping on TikTok each time you promised yourself that you would work out. What kind of man would that make you? A man that constantly lies to himself cannot be trusted by others, nor does he deserve to be. Discipline is like a muscle, which you will need to train in order to build it properly. It was James Clear who said, "The big things start small. Everything seems like it is not making a difference in the beginning," and this quote is true for building unbreakable self-discipline. You will need to start with something small. Something that you find unpleasant or strenuous. And as each week passes by, you should add one more activity that you dislike to this list, and do it as well, because when it comes down to the grit of it, discipline is doing things you hate, whether or not you feel like doing it, and this act of doing something unpleasant will eventually build into a habit. This act, hopefully, will reinforce the fact that nothing worth having will come easy. Sacrifices must be made to build a better you, to improve yourself. You will suffer through pain, effort, and hard work to get the things you want in life. I want you to imagine a man that has never faced any sort of resistance in his life, a man who has had it completely easy. His life may seem comfortable or fun, but this man is weak. The first adversity he is faced with will break him to the point where he may never return. A man who has faced multiple trials throughout his life will be well equipped to handle whatever life has thrown at him. People tend to make the mistake of thinking that their lives will change suddenly through some magical event, but that is never the case. Your life changes along with you. Your life changes with the actions you take every day and the positive habits that you've built. If at the moment you don't like your current circumstances and you are not taking action to try to change them, then they will never change. Nothing in your life will ever change if you don't change what you do daily. The Stoic Aristotle wrote over 2,000 years ago, "We are what we repeatedly do." Excellence, then, is not an act, but a habit. Another quote that captivates this perfectly is, "Isn't it funny how day by day nothing changes, but when you look back, everything is different?" At first, this might come off as a difficult concept, as small changes are usually disregarded because change does not come quickly. Progress is hard to spot. You might go to the gym for a day, and you will not see any noticeable changes, but make a habit of consistently going to the gym, and as the months pass by, so will you see the rapid-fire change. The habits you have today will determine the life you have in the future. So take a minute to look at the habits you have right now and how they will affect your life years from now. Men, if you are on a journey to improve your life and you found this helpful, hit the subscribe button and stay tuned for future videos.